Hey Mitch, congratulations and welcome to Jacksonville. Just why Jacksonville? What sort of led you to this opportunity?
Yeah, I think there's kind of a slew of deals, right? So not only familiarity with Doug in the past, that I've always had a keen sense of trying to get back to him ever since he became a head coach. I thought it'd be kind of a fun deal. Uh, the culture. I mean, we got absolutely smacked last year in London, and been a big fan of that defense for a very long time, as well as the offense, of course. Uh, I think this league is a quarterback driven league. And to win in this league, you have to have a quarterback with the tangibles and the intangibles. And I think Trevor kind of embodies both of those things. So that, and I mean, the sunshine doesn't hurt, right? Like being able to get the joints lubed up a little bit and feel my fingers in November and December. But that's not to say that I didn't enjoy my time in Buffalo. It was home for so many years. Um, but the only thing I have to say is that it is a little warmer here. That we're looking forward to that.
Awesome. And just last thing from me, obviously you worked with a couple of very young quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes in his second year, really first year starting, Josh Allen his second year. Just what did you learn from working with those young guys, and what can you sort of take from that and sort of use it to work with Trevor?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say like I coached these dudes up. They were on a trajectory to be fantastic without me. The one thing I pride myself on is facilitating um, facilitating football for them any way that I can, right? Like so, and that's for the team in general, offensive line room, whatever's required of me, uh, do. But I think what I did learn in those rooms is you have to have the locker room behind you, right? And from all intents and purposes, what I've heard is that Trevor is got the finger on the pulse of the locker room. The guys jam on it, him being the quarterback. And I know it's a long-winded answer, but it's a tough one because I feel like I really didn't play much of a role in any of those guys' development. I was just here to help facilitate what was already going to happen.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations. Did it shock you or blindside you a little bit? The Bills' decision, given you coming off 2 years ago, Pro Bowler, started all 17 games last year.
Uh, you know, I understood where they were in the cap, and I had a very candid conversation with Brandon Bean, GM, at the end of the season. So, you're always hopeful that you're still a part of where you've been for so many years. You feel like you got something going on. So, like whenever you get the personal and the business mixed up is when you get in trouble. And the best teams, I truly do believe, are the ones that can toe the line perfectly on like football, trying to build a family environment. Like you have to, but also understand that inherently this is a business. So, the personal side of it definitely hurt. The business side makes sense. It'll be home for me and my family. We spent 5 great years there, but time marches on, and it happened quickly, like you see, and we're so excited to be not only part of this organization, but to kind of immerse ourselves in the Jacksonville area.
When one team says, we don't no longer want your services, is it nice to have, I think, two other teams lined up immediately to sign, and then, Jacksonville doesn't let you leave the building, basically?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than the alternative, which is you wait around and you figure out no one wants you. Yes, to answer your question, it happened quickly. It was a hailstorm to say the least, but it was a blessing and a privilege. And my wife and I feel the same way. So it's a great question, and absolutely, we're glad that we wrap this up within a week.
All right, we're gonna go to Hayes and then Jamal.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations and welcome to Jacksonville. In regards to Doug Pederson, how well do you think you fit within his scheme, and why do you think you fit so well within Doug's offensive structure?
Yeah, I mean, just Doug me in my OC my rookie year. More than anything, it was just I knew that style of football. It's familiar with me. That's a great question. It definitely played a role in coming here. But I don't know how much has evolved since it's been 9 years, right? So we'll see. And I think for me, whatever's, and I know this is a cliche answer and you're trying to get some real scoop, and I understand that. But the truth matters, I don't totally know. And I'm really looking forward to kind of figuring that out, not on the fly, but as we go. And hopefully I'll have an answer for you by the end of OTAs.
Cool. Thanks, Mitch.
You guys.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations. What do you consider like the strength of your game? How do you think you can fit into that Jaguars offensive line room?
How are you driving?
Hmm?
It's a sweet looking ride here in Bell.
Appreciate it.
So, how do I feel like I could fit into the run game, you said?
And just the offensive line room in general.
Oh, offensive line, yeah, I could probably answer that better. You try to immerse yourself fully within the group, right? Like the last thing you want in any team or any facet of life you've been around is someone coming in and talking like they've been there for years or having some rah-rah deal, and immediately it's for the birds, right? Like you're not into it. For me, I'm just trying to have a relationship with these guys, and inherently there's 14 or 15 dudes in there right now in the OCAs and such. You just try to have a certain relationship that aligns with their personality. And sometimes you gotta, it just takes time. And I'm looking forward to taking that time, getting to know these guys, and hopefully helping them any way I can. Sorry, Jamal.
Appreciate it, Mitch.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, that works. That's perfect. Appreciate it, man.
All right, we're gonna go to John Shipley and then D-Rock.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations. Welcome to Jacksonville. I know you and Brandon Scherff came out the same year. Going to be your first time playing next to him. Do you have any kind of relationship with him? And if so, just how excited are you to kind of be playing next to him for the first time?
Oh, I mean, yes, we do have a relationship. Super excited, right? Like, so he was the pinnacle of that class in the offensive line in 2015. I mean, I don't know if you've seen his college highlights, but they're about as gnarly as I've ever seen. So we're all coming out seeing this dude, and he's just a country dude that likes to play football, hang out, spend time with his family and friends, and hunt. And I get behind that. So I've been a fan of his for a very long time. He's been playing at a very high level. I'm excited to be in the same offensive line room as him, to chew the fat, and just hopefully be friends, and then see where that takes us football wise.
Great, Mitch. And then just one more for me. Being there, signing your contract and everything. What are your impressions of just the facilities and everything in Jacksonville? Just considering it's new and you're one of like the first outside free agents who's kind of come inside and seen it.
It is sweet. I mean, it is. I wish I had some elaborate thing. It is awesome. It is everything you want as a player to facilitate your best football. And I think that's what they play. They designed it for helping you be the best version of yourself.
Sweet. Appreciate it, Mitch.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, Mitch, welcome to Jax. You mentioned Doug Pederson a couple of times. What was it about that first year you had with him that sort of, impressed you so much, and why you wanted to kind of get back with him? I wonder if you can just expand on that, please.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, as a rookie, you're just trying to keep your head above water, right? So part of that is just you're trying to survive. You learn to play football through trial by fire. So they're throwing you into their ring with the big guys for the first time, and then you're trying to develop. The one thing I do remember about Doug was actually less about his coaching, more about his personality. Like he's not only is he not afraid of candid conversations, he's easy to talk to. He's the same person on and off the field. He's just a good man. And I think what that usually does is good dudes or good people usually lead to good football players. No, like not exclusively, right? But good football players and coaches. And what you want to coach, right? Like you have good X's and O's, but what's it going to be like on game day? I've been very fortunate these last few teams to have good coaches that are steady presences, don't really ride the waves, the ebbs and flows, which is the NFL. It's hard to do in such an emotionally charged business. So I just remember him more as a person than as like an X's and O's kind of deal. So I'm really looking forward to getting back and working with him.
Can you talk about the delicate balance of being someone coming in to replace sort of a 2-year starter in Luke Fortner, and how that, the awkwardness that can sometimes create?
Yeah, listen, for me, when it comes to what we report April 15th or 13th, like I'm just trying to be a good teammate in this offensive line room. Luke and I have chatted, and I'm just looking forward to competing and growing with him. Like, I think that's what football is all about, right? Like, it's about, no matter where you are in your career, growing and being a better professional and learning how to take your game to the next level. So, no matter what happens, how that works out, like for me, I'm trying to be a resource for him. He's going to be a resource for me, and we're just going to see how it plays out. But hopefully, first and foremost, just make a good relationship in this offensive line room. The last thing I want to do is polarize anything.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, we have time for one more. We're going to go ahead and end with Mia.
Hi, Mitch. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Jax. Hopefully you can hear me. Welcome to the Players Championship media room as well. So we're throwing you right into the mix. Building off of D-Rock's question, your conversations with Luke on Saturday, other people you may have met with, as well as your conversations with Doug regarding where the offense may have gone wrong last year and how he may be more hands-on this year.
Yeah, to be honest, it's so much has happened in 96 hours. A lot has been not discussed yet, right? So I just know the bones that this team has, the players it has, the offensive line room. I'd like to kind of allude earlier, Brandon and I do have Scherff and I do have a very good relationship. It's been more in passing over the years, but we share a lot of mutual, very good friends. So we've been in cahoots. So that's a great question. And I feel like I'd be more apt to answer it, much like any other ones later in OTAs. To answer the first part of that question, I've talked to a few guys on the team, Luke being one of them, and it was all positive. It was all great. I mean, Luke was the first one to reach out to me, and I thought that was really cool. And it's something that I don't take lightly because I'm sure it has been hard, right? So, listen, like I said before, we're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves and trying to put the best product out here on Sunday, no matter who's out there. So the great thing is we don't play next week, and look forward to just building relationships and being good guys and push ourselves to. I know this is all cliche coach talk, but it's the truth, right? Like we're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves and put something out there.